His Divine Grace Abhaicharan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya, the Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jao Vishnupada Nityanira Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Nitai Ko Premanande from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, text number 38. Saha Veda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Saveda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Duranta Vidyasya Ratangha Duranta Ratangha Pani Yaha Amayaya Santataya Anuvritya Yomayaya Santataya Anuvritya Bhajeta Tatpada Saroja Gandham Saveda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Duranta Viryasya Ratanga Pani Yomayaya Santataya Anuvritya Saroja Gandham Saveda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Duranta Viryasya Rathanga Pani Yomayaya Santataya Anuvritya Saroja Gandham Saveda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Duranta Vidyasya Rathanga Pani Yomayaya Santataya Anuvritya Saroja Gandham
Saveda Dhatuhu Padavim Parasya Duranta Viryasya Ratanga Pani
Saha, he alone, Veda, can know, Dhatuhu, of the Creator, Padavi, glories, Parasya, of the Transcendence, Duranta Viryasya, of the greatly powerful, Radha Angapani, of Lord Krishna, who bears in his hand the wheel of a chariot. Yaha, one who, Amayaya, without reservation, Santataya, without any gap, Anuvritya, favorably, Bhajeta, renders service, Tatpada, of his feet, Sarojagandham, fragrance of the lotus. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Only those who render unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who carries the wheel of the chariot in his hand, can know the Creator of the universe in his full glory, power, and transcendence. Translation with repetition. Only those who render unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who carries the wheel of the chariot in his hand, can know the Creator of the universe in his full glory, power, and transcendence. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Only the pure devotees can know the transcendental name, form, and activities of Lord Krishna due to their being completely free from the reaction of fruitive work and mental speculation. The pure devotees have nothing to derive as personal profit from their unalloyed service to the Lord. They render incessant service to the Lord spontaneously, without any reservation. Everyone within the creation of the Lord is rendering service to the Lord, indirectly or directly. No one is an exception to this law of the Lord. Those who are rendering service indirectly, being forced by the illusory agent of the Lord, are rendering service unto him unfavorably. But those who are rendering service unto him directly under the direction of his beloved agent are rendering service unto him favorably. Such favorable servitors are devotees of the Lord, and by the grace of the Lord, they can enter into the mysterious region of transcendence by the mercy of the Lord. But the mental speculators remain in darkness all the time. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord himself guides the pure devotees toward the path of realization due to their constant engagement in the loving service of the Lord in spontaneous affection. That is the secret of entering into the kingdom of God. Fruitive activities and speculation are no qualifications for entry. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Prabhu. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasavi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is a very nice verse from the Bhagvatam. So the Goswami is saying, Saveda, he can know. Who? He can know what? Dhatu, the creator. Dhatu, source of everything. Padavim, his glories, his position. What is he all about? Parasya, he is a transcendental person. Para, not Iha. Iha means of this world. Para means of beyond this world. Parasya. Duranta Viryasya. And his Viryasya, his prowess, his strength, his Duranta, has no end. Means infinite. Ratangapani, Lord who holds the wheel in his hand, refers to Krishna, refers to Vishnu. Yaha, who? Sahaveda, he knows or he can know. Now it is further, Yaha, who? Amayaya santataya anuvritya bhajeta. Amayaya, without reservation, without deceit, without duplicity. Santataya, uninterrupted, continuously. Anuvritya, in a favorable way. Bhajeta, who renders service, devotional service. Unto whom? Unto Krishna, Tatpada Saroja Gandham, unto the fragrance of the lotus feet of the Lord. Poetic. Only those who render unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service. Amayaya, santataya, anuvritya, service, bhajeta, unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, tatpada saroja gandham, who carries the wheel of the chariot in his hand, Rathangapani, can know Saveda, the creator of the universe, Dhatu, in his full glory, Padavim, power, Duranta Viryasya, untranscendence in Parasya. So in other words, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yaman yasyasya tattvataha yaschasvu tattvataha. Only a devotee can know me. So in this verse, in the Bhagavatam, there is an elaboration and a qualification of that bhakti. What kind of bhakti? Amayaya, santataya, anvrutya bhakti. And one can know who Krishna as what? In his full glory, as the creator, in his full power and in transcendence. Dhatuhu padavim parasya durantaviryasya sahaveda. So, dhatu means the origin or the cause or the creator. What is our cause? We must know that. We must know our cause, our creator, in the sense, at one level we all know our father and mother is no creator. They only gave birth to this body, isn't it? So we understand that our father and mother are the creator, source. That is why Krishna explains in the Gita. You see, Gita is about how to become happy. How we can become happy. If we want to know how we can become happy, first of all we must know who we are. If I am thinking I am my shirt and I am taking care of my shirt, and that taking care of my shirt should make me happy, then we are mistaken. My shirt has a place, but inside my shirt is me. If I am hungry and you only give me a good shirt and I wear that and then say I am hungry, oh, I'll give you another shirt. Give me another shirt, give me a coat, give me a suit. Hey, I'm hungry. When I was young, in Krishna consciousness, as a young devotee, we used to do a drama on Sunday. Every Sunday we would do, not every Sunday, I think we did for a few Sundays and then it reduced. Simple drama, simple skits. So two boys are taking a walk on the bank of a river. And one friend says, hey, I want to go and have a swim. You hang around here. You want to come? He says, no, I don't want to come. Not like friends, they're talking. We make up the dialogues on the spot. There used to be one devotee, one Italian devotee, and he used to tell us, do this, and then he'd say, okay, now we'll start. And then we would do it. And then one friend says, no, I don't want to swim, you go swimming. And so he says, all right. And then he jumps into the river and swimming and something. And then after a while, the person who is swimming, he starts calling out, hey, I'm drowning, help me. And so a friend who is on the bank of the river, he's looking around, oh, you're drowning. Oh, but I don't know how to swim. Is there anyone who can help my friend? He's drowning, I'm looking for somebody. Is there someone? And then suddenly one man shows up, third devotee. And he says, yeah, I can help you. You see, look at my friend, he's drowning. Can you help him? He says, yes, I can help. I can swim very well. And he jumps into the river, and then he also acts like he's swimming. and then he holds him and pulls out his kurta, his shirt, and then brings it, and then the person, oh God, he dies. And then he brings his kurta and gives it to this person and says, here is your friend. What? My friend is gone, he's drowned. No, this is what I do. I'm known as a social worker, and I help people, and I save people like this. And then you get the idea that you save the garment of a person and you let the person drown. Actually, this play comes from one sentence in Prabhupada's purport. Do you all know that? Second chapter, very nice. The very second verse. No, not the second verse, first verses. First verse of second chapter, purport. You see, this verse is very interesting. Tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna akula ikshana vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha madhusudana. This is what the verse is. Uvacha Madhusudana said. To whom? To Arjuna, who was kripaya vishtam. Avishtam means full of. And avishtam means like gripped by, gripped with. Right? Kripaya vishtam. Kripa, compassion. He was feeling compassion. Arjuna was feeling compassion for the soldiers who were going to be killed. Kripaya avishtam, overcome, avishtam in the sense of overcome with compassion. Ashrupurna kulekshanam, and his ikshanam and his eyes were ashrupurna kula. Purna kula, his eyes were brimming with tears. Ashru, ashrupurna kula ikshanam. Vishidantam, lamenting. Vishada, to lament. He was lamenting. Idam vakyam, unto such an Arjuna who was kripayavishtam, ashrupunakulekshanam, and vishidantam, unto him, idam vakyam, these words, Madhusudana uvacha, Krishna spoke. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion and very sorrowful, his eyes brimming with tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Right? Generally, we could think that, Arjuna feeling compassion and tears in his eyes and lamenting. What will happen? His lamentation was very deep. If I kill all these soldiers, what will happen to their wives? They'll become widows. What will happen to their children? They'll become fatherless. Very deep. His compassion, his lamentation was very deep. And he was not feigning it. He was not faking it. There were tears in his eyes. It was genuine. And see how Srila Prabhupada begins the purport to this verse. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. You see, these are all signs of ignorance. What we would think, oh my God, such a gentleman, such a sensitive man, he is such a human, such a human heart he has. Prabhupada destroys that by saying that these are all ignorance. This is all simply a manifestation of ignorance. And then as the verse, as the purport goes on, material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. Actually, great statements by Srila Prabhupada. Compassion, lamentation, tears, all these things for the body is ignorance. But the same thing for the real soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna killed the demon of misunderstanding. The demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him, Avishtam, overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nations cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose, the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the supreme authority, Lord Shri Krishna. This realization is made possible by working with the fruitive being, situated in the fixed conception of the real self. So many things Prabhupada has said here. He's actually describing the whole chapter. This realization is made possible by working, because later on, after 39th verse of the Gita, Krishna begins to say, now I will explain this in another way, in terms of working with the fruitive beings fixed in, and then in the end, Sthita Pragnasya Karabhasha, fixed in the conception of the real self. All of this are described in this chapter as a chapter summary. So, the point is that we must know who we are. Yes, we understand at one level we are the body, and we can say our biological parents are our source of this body. In fact, they are not even the source of the body. They are not the complete source of the body. They did not plan that, okay, I'll have a boy, I'll have a girl. No, they could not. They were also waiting for 9 months. Will I get a son? Will I get a daughter? And then, oh, the son was born. And so they are not the complete cause. They are an instrumental cause. That's part of nature, how nature works. So here we are trying to understand the cause, even of the body. Who is the ultimate cause of the body? If our parents are part of a natural process through which procreation happens, how was this natural process set up? Who designed it? Everyone understands, even today in this world of technology, so much of technological advancement, even scientists acknowledge the most sophisticated machine that we have ever come across is the human body. And it gets manufactured in 9 months from a single cell. From a single cell, it gets created. Such an incredible machine. No one can deny that. See? So how did this happen? How does this happen? And so at one level we may say we are the body, but another level we know we are not the body. We understand that from the Shastra. We are a spirit soul who is animating this body. I'm able to speak now. I can use a language. I'm using my vocal cords and vibrating and using a certain language, and that's coming and you are hearing that. It's making sense. All of this I am able to do. And if the soul leaves this body, I collapse. Isn't it? I cannot sit. An elephant is a big animal, it's walking. And if the soul leaves that elephant's body, collapses. The camel has a big neck and it keeps moving like that. Right? And if the soul leaves the body, the big neck collapses. So what is this element which is animating this body and holding this body? So now, okay, the body and there is a soul. Who is the origin of the soul? You see, for a long time I had one trouble in understanding in Krishna consciousness. Because Prabhupada says that Vedanta Sutras, Vedanta is the highest part of the Vedic literature. Right? It's the highest part of Vedic wisdom. Vedanta. It's the end of Vedas or the ultimate of the Vedas. And Vedanta is presented by Vyasadeva in the form of sutras. And the first sutra is Janmatyasya Yataha. And that which is the source of everything. So I used to wonder, why is the source of everything, why is so important? Okay, source of everything. Isn't it? I used to wonder for a long time, okay, the source of everything, what is this? Once we all went on a devotees, from some devotees, we went on a Chardham Yatra and we went to Yamunotri. Then when we were walking, it's a very arduous journey to walk to Chardham, to Yamunotri. So we were all discussing, why are we going to Yamunotri? What does Yamunotri mean? Yamuna Utri. That's the place where Yamuna begins. Yamuna is such an important river. And that is where here she begins. And so the source of Yamuna is very special. Oh, that's why the source is important. And the next day we went to Gangotri. Oh, Gangotri. The source is very important. You see, the source from which Yamuna is coming, Ganga is coming, the source from which we are coming, in the same way is very important. You see, actually, there are two things to understand. One is the physical source. We come from our parents, there is a certain source. Another thing is, you may say, this comes from Samsung factory. It's the source of this mobile, the source of this, it comes from Samsung factory or something like that. We may say. But when we are talking about a sentient person, source means it means a lot more. Just like our parents. We have a relationship with our parents. No one can deny that. Isn't it? That's why we have Father's Day, Mother's Day, so that we dedicate a day, so that we acknowledge that we, our parents, they are very special to us. They brought us to this world, they cared for us when we were so helpless. And so we should acknowledge that. Now, the source of the whole universe of which we are a part, the source of the whole nature of which we are a part, and our bodies, they all function, they come about and they function as part of natural processes, and all of this is origin of all of this. How important that origin is. And interestingly, the Bhagavatam reveals that the source of everything is also a sentient source. It is not some factory which produces every different bodies and different things, mountains. It's not some kind of an inanimate, insentient reality. It is sentient. It is living. It is a person. Everywhere there is a life, there is a personality behind that. If somebody has 2 dogs, 3 cats or something, a lot of people have dogs and cats in their house. If you go to their house, they'll say, no, this dog is a very friendly dog. That dog, don't go near him. See, their dogs also have certain personality traits. They're aggressive, soft, friendly. Different kinds of dogs are different. Even animals have. So whenever there is life, there is a personality. Maybe the personal traits are not manifest so much. Like say for instance, you see a cockroach, you don't know whether it's an aggressive cockroach or a soft, nice, good cockroach. Yeah, of course, they may be. But you cannot, it's very primitive animal. Its personal traits cannot be very manifest. But as they rise up in the cycle, more and more personal traits become manifest. So wherever there is life, there is personality. And the source of everything, and it is common logic, the source has to be more than the effect. Effect cannot be more than the source. Sun is there. From the sun, sunshine is coming. There is heat and light in sun rays. What can we say about the source of the sun rays? The sun. It should be hotter and it should be brilliant, more brighter. We cannot say the source of sunshine, sun rays must be cold and dark place. No. Source must be more than the effect. Sun rays are the effect. The source of the sun rays, the sun must be brilliant, and it is brilliant, and it is very hot. So in this world we see both animate and inanimate, sentient and insentient things, and the source of all this is sentient. Because between sentient and insentient thing there is a lot more knowledge and information in sentience than in insentience. And the source has to be more than all of this, is a sentient being. That is what Bhagavatam points out. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janma Kyasya Yaton Maya Vidiratastar Deshma Bhignaswara. That source from which everything is coming, that source which maintains everything, and that source into which everything ultimately goes back and rests is Vasudeva, Krishna. That's the special contribution of the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why you remember that verse that Srila Prabhupada wrote in English, a small poem, not small, it's about 10-12 verses are there. And in glorification of his Guru Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he presented that poem to him. And when his Guru read that poem, he has understood my heart. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very happy reading that poem. It was a simple English poem. A very deep English poem. Simple text, simple words. And when guests came to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would show that poem and see my disciple has written this. And particularly one verse he would read. And that verse was, Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast removed. That particular couplet, that particular verse, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur liked very much. Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast removed. You see? And when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because he was like a Simha Guru, strongly preaching against impersonalism, oh, there is some higher truth, we know that, and some kind of a truth exists, and some kind of an energy exists. No, there is a truth, there is energy behind all that. The ultimate truth is a person. Krishna. That's the information that Srimad Bhagavatam gives. That is why Saveda Dhatuhu. He can know that source, that creator. Padavim. What is the glory of that supreme source? Padavim. Padavim means status, situation, position, glories, intricacies. What is the position of that source? Parasya. Is that source part of this world? No. It is beyond this world. Not iha, it is para, parasya, transcendental. See, that is why the Veda mantra, Vedametat Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastat. Purusha Sutta. The Purusha Sutta is a prayer offered by the Devatas. And it is part of the Veda. And they are saying, Vedametat. Now we understand. Aham Veda. Same thing. Sah Veda. Vedahametat Vedaham. Aham Veda. Vedahametat Purusham Mahantam. Now we understand that Mahanta Purusham, Aditya Varnam, he is of the category of Aditya. He is of the category of the sun. Because sun is giving energy so much. Is it connected to some other source? No. Aditya, sun is such that it is self-sufficient and so much of heat and light flows from the sun and has been flowing from the sun for thousands and millions of years. You see, that's why it's called Aditya Varnam. He's of the category because everything else, any other thing, this one, my mobile, because I charged it last night, it is functioning. By night it will drain out of the power. Then I will again connect it to the powerhouse. Then again charge it. Otherwise it runs out. Sun, not running out at all. So much energy is coming from the sun. So he is Aditya Varnam, self-sufficient, not dependent on anyone. Vedametat Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parasta. He is not of this world, he is beyond this world. So, Duranta Viryasya Rathangapani. And he has unlimited strength. See? So, Rathangapani, Yo Amayanya, without reservation, without duplicity. Maya means deception. Amayanya means no deception, which means very sincere, utterly sincere. No trick, no slyness. Sometimes we do something with slyness. We mean something, we say something, we sly. So no such thing, utterly sincere. That is what is expected in Krishna consciousness. This is what Krishna wants to know, whether we are sincere, whether we have a sincere desire. In Krishna consciousness, sometimes people come to us in our early stages, people say, I'm a very sincere devotee. Actually, as devotees, we don't claim that we are sincere. We should not claim. we are sincere. If we claim that we are sincere, oh, you already got it, you achieved it. No, we don't want to claim. We want to say, no, I want to achieve more, I want to become more sincere. I am not sincere. Mosama patita Prabhu na paivya. There is no one more fallen than me. I am the most fallen. Please help me. That's the prayer of Narottam Das Thakur. No, I am a very advanced devotee. I am a good devotee. I am a sincere devotee. No, we don't claim that because mind plays tricks. We cannot trust the mind. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, we should beat the mind with a boot, we should beat the mind with a broom 100 times every day. Meaning, don't trust the mind. Don't think that, oh, I'm very sincere. No, mind cannot be trusted. So, amayaya, without reservation, without deceit, with utter sincerity, such devotional service, saveda, he can know. And santataya, without any interruption. When things are good, we will do devotional service. When things are not so good, oh, it becomes difficult to do. We give up. Anuvritya, favorably. There's one story. There was one devotee. He lives in Los Angeles now also, Prabhupada disciple. He was a sannyasi at that time. In 1976 or 77, he was in Vrindavan. So the GBC had a meeting, and the GBC used to assign services to the sannyasis. That was the arrangement. So he was doing service in India, and the GBC said that he should go to Australia. So he accepted, and then he was making plans when to go, when to travel. He and another devotee. They were planning to go to Australia because that was the GBC decision. And then Prabhupada was there. So he went to Prabhupada and he said, Srila Prabhupada, I'm going to Australia next 3 days or some 4 days or something. So Prabhupada said, oh, Australia? Why? Srila Prabhupada, the GBC told me that I should go. Oh no, I will tell the GBCs. I'll write a letter to them. You don't have to go, you be here. So he got confused. I was planning to go to Australia. Arrangements were being made. So he said, okay, Prabhupada. And then next day again, somewhere he met Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada said, if you want, you can go to Australia. So he got confused. Prabhupada said, don't go. And now again he's saying, if you want, you can go. And then next day morning, Prabhupada was going on a morning walk, he once again met him. And then Prabhupada said, if you like, you can stay here. Very confused. So next opportunity, if someone found their way to meet Prabhupada, there is Prabhupada. Prabhupada, yeah, I'm very confused. You said, if I want, I can go. If I want, I can stay. And you said, no, I should not go. What should I do? Can you please tell me? Then Prabhupada said, I wanted you to learn this. You just do what your spiritual master wants. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, what should I do? So he said, okay, you stay back. When he stayed back. So, anuvritya means to do devotional service as per the directions of the Lord. Actually, these are all very, very important things. We miss out in the purport. That's why we should read the purports of Srila Prabhupada many, many, many times. There is so much treasure there. There are so many gems which we will miss out. You see this one. But those who are rendering service unto him directly under the direction of his beloved agent are rendering service unto him favorably, anuvritya. So one should do devotional service under the direction of his beloved agent. The direction of one should do service under the direction of a beloved agent. It's referring to the pure devotee spiritual master. A very important factor for bhakti, for the devotional Bhagavat Marga to work, is that we must approach a pure devotee, an exalted devotee who knows Krishna. And such a person, under his direction, we must do devotional service. It cannot be half-baked guru, madhyam guru and kanishta guru, all of them can become guru. No. It is a pure devotee and take his words as life and soul and try to please him. And pleasing him becomes the life and soul of a devotee. This is the secret of devotional service. This is what the Bhagavatam, this is what Prabhupada taught again and again. So this later comes up in Upadeshamrita, it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it comes in Bhakti Rasamrita, that one should render service under the direction of an advanced devotee. That Upadesha Saram. After saying many things, Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamrita, he said, now this is the essence of all my instructions. And he gives a series of things. One of them is to serve under the direction of an advanced devotee. So these are all very important things. And then, such favorable servitors are devotees of the Lord, and by the grace of the Lord, they can enter into the mysterious region of transcendence by the mercy of the Lord. So these are all beautiful expressions by Srila Prabhupada. Mysterious regions. Because, sometimes people come to us and they say, oh, I know minister, I know chief minister, I know prime minister. They'll come and talk to us. So people sometimes, they want to say that we know that big man. Say for instance, there's a very big man in an office and he has got his secretary or somebody. 10 times he goes to his office, keeps the file in front of him, brings the file out of this. Now he may say, yes, I know him. I know my boss. Right? He may say, I know the boss. Now, say for instance, that boss has a friend. He comes inside, he sits with him, he has coffee with him, they chat together. Now, this friend may say, I know the boss. This secretary also may say, I know the boss. Who knows the boss better? Who has access? Who is in touch with the boss more? Obviously the friend, isn't it? Not this assistant who just goes, leaves the file, brings it out. Maybe 10 times he goes. But still, how much he knows the boss? The friend can say, I know the boss. Suppose that boss's mother comes and she says, I know my son. The son, definitely the mother knows the son very closely, isn't it? Like sometimes when devotees join the temple, the father and mother come and meet us. And then they say, you are admitting him, you don't know my son, we know our son very well. He cannot be trusted, you will see, he'll come and he'll leave you and go. We know our son very well, like that they talk. Naturally, parents know the son very well. So, you see, now an assistant, a friend, mother, you can see how who knows the big man, Now what we are doing here is, we are doing analysis of rasa. This is what Rupa Goswami says. There are different rasas in which we can relate with the Lord. Because Lord is a person. The boss is a person. It is knowing a person. Who can know that person? Saveda. He can know the person. Because a person is mysterious. A powerful man, a big man, he's an accomplished man. Naturally, even as an ordinary man, is mysterious. You don't know what he is. Sometimes we have a neighbor, you see them coming and going, you don't know who they are. We'll be wondering what they are. But if you get friendly with them, then they will start sharing with you more and more about them. So, in the same way, the Supreme Lord Krishna, there are many mysteries about him. Jnanam paramaguhyam me yad vijnana samanvitam sarahasyam tadangam cha grahana gaditam maya. This is Bhagavatam. Krishna is saying this. Jnanam paramaguhyam me jnanam paramaguhyam. Knowledge about me is mysterious, is confidential. Tad vijnana samanvitam. Jnanam tad vijnanam me jnanam tad vijnanam paramaguhyam. Sarahasyam tadangam cha. And this knowledge about me is rahasyam. And it has many features. Tadangam, anga. There are many aspects. And it is mysterious. Grahana kaditam maya. Now Brahma, Lord speaking this to Brahma, he says, now Grahana, now take it up. Because Gaditam Maya, I am going to explain to you. Knowledge about me is mysterious, but you will be able to understand because I am explaining this myself. Take it up. Grahana Gaditam Maya. Like that. So, knowledge about Krishna is mysterious. Who is the person? Who is Krishna? What is he all about? Not very easy to know. And hence, Sarahasyam Tadangam Cha and Anga. Anga means features. What are the features? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, Bhakti has 5 Angas. That's why Prabhupada explains that Antadangam Cha Sarahasyam tadangam cha grahana gaditam maya. The 5 aspects of devotional service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains. First is sadhu sangha, association with the devotee, association of devotees. Nama Shravana, Nama Kirtana, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Bhagavata Shravana, to hear the Bhagavatam. Srimurtira Sevana, to offer service to the deities of the Lord. Srimurtira Sevana. And Mathura Vasa, to live in a holy place. These are the 5 Angas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if anybody who does these 5 Angas, they will make advancement in devotional service. Sarahasyam tadangam cha grahana gaditam maya. This is how Bhagavatam describes. So, with this we will stop here and we will free all the people from the miseries caused by different communities. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam. Any questions? Anyone else? What's it? A lizard? Yeah.
You said not to trust the mind.
Mhm.
You should beat with it 100 times. That
Beat them.
right. So the question I have is, every day the mind puts you through so many situations and ifs, else, cause analysis, and all of that. So we're supposed to get guidance from the spiritual master. And the question is, just in your normal day-to-day scenarios, how can we find that guidance? Because it just seems very specific, right? And the books sometimes seem like broad stroke guidance.
Yeah, very nice question. Prabhupada said, such favorable servitors, but those who are rendering service unto him directly, under the direction of his beloved agent, Krishna's beloved agent. See? Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya. Krishna Preshta means beloved to Krishna. This is an inviolable fact of devotional service. We must be guided by a pure devotee spiritual master. So how can we get guidance? Because this is the principle. One has to be guided by the beloved agent of the Lord. It's a very, very interesting thing. We should understand, we should realize it. So, we need direction of Srila Prabhupada. We need guidance of Srila Prabhupada. How will we get guidance? Okay, let's see the history. From 1966, that was the first time initiation Prabhupada conducted in ISKCON. Of course, he had initiated one devotee before that. Let's leave that aside. From 1966 to 1977, he initiated many disciples, about 5,000 of them. How did he give them all guidance? Out of the 5,000 disciples of Srila Prabhupada, 90%, probably more than 90%, were initiated through letters, and they hardly saw him. They hardly interacted with him. Some disciples say, I saw Prabhupada once. One devotee told me, I was looking after Goshala in Mayapur, and Prabhupada was walking, and Bhavananda said, so he is your disciple, Prabhupada, he is from Italy. Hare Krishna. That's the only interaction. And there are many devotees who didn't even have that much interaction. So how is Prabhupada guiding them? In fact, there are places in the Prabhupada's books where Prabhupada says, it is the duty of the spiritual master to guide this disciple as long as he is within the material illusion, and to take him out of the illusion. It is the duty of the spiritual master to guide him and instruct him. So how is this guidance, instruction coming? It is the duty of the spiritual master. Prabhupada is playing the role of a spiritual master. He can't be failing in his duty. It is the duty of the spiritual master to train the disciples in the principles in the practices of deity worship. How many disciples Prabhupada directly taught them how to do deity worship? He taught Yamuna. This is the way you should do bathing. This is the way you should do dressing. He taught Yamuna Devi, fortunate soul, and a few others. Handful. 5,000 disciples. So how is Prabhupada functioning and providing direction, guidance to the disciples? Now and then in 77, after 77, Srila Prabhupada left this world. After that, where will they? Now, how will they get? This is one of the amazing transcendental creations of Srila Prabhupada. How did Srila Prabhupada discharge his duty as a spiritual master? There are many things, at least some few things I will list here. 5 things I will list. Number 1, Prabhupada crafted a process of Krishna consciousness. And he said, we should strictly follow this. Like, he said we should rise early in the morning, we should have Mangalarati, we should chant 16 rounds, we should have Bhagvatam class every day, we should do so and so service, we should associate with devotees, we should take prasadam, we should not take bhoga, we should avoid as much as possible. He crafted a process of Krishna consciousness. And there is one very interesting definition. We all say, Bhakti Lata Bija. Right? Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavanji Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. If one is fortunate, the living entity who is wandering from one universe to another universe, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, he receives the seed of bhakti. What is the seed of bhakti? Prabhupada defines in the purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita the methods, the rules and regulations, the process by which the disciple is fully trained to become a pure devotee constitutes the Bhakti Lata Bija. The methods, the rules and regulations, and the process by which a conditioned soul is trained fully to become a pure devotee is Bhakti Lata Bija. So that process, rules and regulations and method was crafted carefully by Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada encouraged us to follow that very meticulously. He traveled around the world encouraging their devotees, inspiring them to follow the process. And the process was given by Krishna Srila Prabhupada. Second, most important, Srila Prabhupada wrote books. And he said, you have any doubts, you read my books again and again, all of your questions will be answered. We have read such books. We are all familiar. So Prabhupada wrote books and he wanted us to read. And he said, all your doubts will be cleared. Everything I wanted to say, I have said in my books. Please read my books. The third important thing is Prabhupada not only wrote books, he not only gave a process, he said, we have to follow this. He also created an institution. Prabhupada writes in the foreword to the Bhagavad Gita, those who are interested in this message shall approach the Hare Krishna consciousness movement for further enlightenment. He created an institution and he wanted us to serve in the framework of the institution. There was one example, there was one letter. Somebody wrote to Srila Prabhupada, we want to follow your instructions, but then we have a lot of difficulty with the institution. So we want to be on our own and follow. Prabhupada said, it's very nice that you want to follow my instructions, but I'm not so happy that you don't want to follow, you don't want to work with the institution. I've created this institution to help you with association and to make progress in spiritual life. He didn't like that somebody was trying to work outside the institution. There are many strong statements. Every ISKCON temple is my life and soul. Statements like that. Everyone should always think how to improve, how to expand the Krishna consciousness movement. There are a lot of instructions about institution itself. So this was another important creation. Because when we work in an institution, all kinds of things will happen. A churn happens, and we will learn how to be humble, how to do our service. All different things happen. So, process of Krishna consciousness, his books, his institution. Another important thing was, in 1970, Prabhupada writes, now so many disciples are being made, and they are having so many problems. And all those problems are coming to me, and it is becoming too much botheration for me. Hence, I am forming the GBC. And the GBC shall take care of management, questions of philosophy, personal problems of the disciples. He writes these three things. Of course, he wrote many other things also, but in this particular letter of 1970, he talks about management, personal problems, questions of philosophy. And now I formed this GBC, and they shall assist me and relieve me from these botherations. There are also statements by Srila Prabhupada where he says the temple president is my representative. And everyone should work under the direction of the temple president. Temple presidents are supposed to be my representatives. So, actually, in other words, Prabhupada set up an institution, and in an institution he set up layers of leadership. Like in any other institution, has several layers and hierarchies of leadership. And all of them are expected to play their roles. And when they play their roles, they're actually serving Prabhupada in his duty. Conventionally in India, how the guru and a disciple would happen. There would be a guru and he'll have a few disciples, maybe 10, 12, 15, 20 disciples. And he would guide them, direct them on a day-to-day basis. Now Srila Prabhupada was creating a contemporary format of that process of enlightenment by the guru to the disciple and the training to happen. How will that happen? Prabhupada did all these things. And fifth one, Prabhupada said one very nice instruction. This was in April or August or July of 1977. Prabhupada was in Vrindavan. He had already announced that Krishna has given an indication that I'm going to leave. And Prabhupada had stopped eating practically. Now and then devotees would come and Prabhupada would request, Prabhupada, this has come from West Virginia farm, they have brought this butter, please have something, we have made something. Okay, then he would eat little. He would not eat more than a bite. So at that time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was reading some letters to Prabhupada. So, one devotee, temple president of New York Temple, had written a letter to Prabhupada. And he writes, Srila Prabhupada, we are all very fallen. We need your guidance. And so you must live. You must not leave us. You must live longer. and continue to guide us. We need your guidance. And the devotee Tamankrishna Maharaj was reading that letter. Srila Prabhupada interrupts him and says, I shall be your personal guide, whether physically present or not, just as I am receiving guidance from my spiritual master. I shall be your personal guide, whether physically present or not, just as I am receiving guidance from my spiritual master. So Prabhupada will also guide a sincere, but it requires certain qualifications to get direct guidance from the spiritual master directly. Nevertheless, that is also a fact. The spiritual master continues to guide the disciple, till he is freed from material world. So, these are the five, at least five what I identified. Maybe there are a few more one can think and analyze, by which Srila Prabhupada's guidance is still available to us. And we should perform devotional services, our sadhana, in the framework of these five principles. And we will have the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. This is the way that Prabhupada has designed this transcendental arrangement of Krishna consciousness, practicing Krishna consciousness. And that mystically Srila Prabhupada will continue to act. That should be our confidence. We'll stop here. Dhantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Shri Radha Gopinath ki Shri Nitai Gauranga ki Srila Prabhupada ki